You'll never get rid of fear in trading, and you shouldn't try to. Fear is part of what makes you human. It's the body's natural response to uncertainty. The problem isn't fear itself. The problem is what happens when fear starts calling the shots, when it decides which trades you take, which ones you skip, and when you cut them short. Traders spend years trying to feel less fear instead of learning how to move through it. But trading isn't about being fearless. It's about being disciplined in the presence of fear. Most traders think fear means something is wrong, that it's a signal to stop, avoid, or delay. But in trading, fear often appears right at the edge of opportunity. You'll feel it most just before taking a valid setup, right when the market looks uncertain, right when your plan tells you to act and your emotions tell you not to. That's not a sign to run. It's a sign you're in the right place, where uncertainty lives and where your edge actually works. If you study your trading history, you'll notice something interesting. The moments you hesitated out of fear were often the trades that would have worked, and the moments you chased to avoid fear, those rarely end well. The body doesn't know the difference between emotional risk and financial risk. It only knows tension and release. Fear tells you a story that feels true in the moment. It whispers that this time is different, that you should wait for more confirmation, that you should move your stop to feel safe. But every one of those thoughts is fear trying to protect your ego, not your equity. The key isn't to fight fear, it's to notice it without obeying it. When fear shows up, pause and ask, is this fear warning me about a real structural flaw, or is it just resistance to uncertainty? Most of the time, you'll find it's the latter. The setup hasn't changed. Your mind has. This is where professionalism begins. A professional trader feels the same fear as everyone else, but they've learned to act despite it. They let their plans speak louder than their pulse. Fear thrives in the absence of structure. When your plan is vague, when your edge isn't clearly defined, fear fills the gaps. That's why vetting your setup matters so much. The more you've tested it, the less room fear has to argue. You start to trade based on facts, on data, not feelings. It doesn't mean the fear vanishes, it just loses its influence. You might still feel tension when clicking buy or sell, but underneath that, there's a quiet confidence, a trust in the work you've already done. The goal is never to suppress fear. Suppression just drives it underground, where it turns into hesitation, self-doubt, and impulsive mistakes. Instead, make peace with it. Expect it to show up, especially when it matters most. Every time you feel that familiar tightening in your chest, remind yourself, this is what doing the right thing feels like. The market rewards those who can act through discomfort. You can't trade without fear, but you can trade without letting fear run the trade. That's what separates pros from amateurs. The amateur thinks confidence means never feeling afraid. The professional knows confidence is built through repetition, proving to yourself again and again that you can act in alignment with your plan even when fear is loud. The market doesn't require perfection, only participation with discipline. When you stop trying to get rid of fear and start learning from it, something shifts. The market stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like a mirror. You begin to see that fear only had power because you believed its story. But once you see it for what it is, a passing impulse, you reclaim your authority. You stop trading to feel better, and you start trading to execute better. And that's when everything changes. Fear doesn't disappear. It just stops defining you.